showdown between Tabernacle Baptist Academy and CC Sweeting.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC every day.
Good evening all, I'm C.S. Scatterly and this is the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. Regional leaders eager to iron out some of the issues affecting the Caribbean at the 29th Intersessional CARICOM Heads of Government meeting, which officially opened in Haiti this morning. Altaviz Munnings reports from the Marriott Hotel in Port-au-Prince.
29th Intersessional meeting of the Caribbean Community's Heads of Government officially underway at the Marriott Hotel in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. The official opening ceremony featured remarks from CARICOM Secretary General His Excellency Erwin LaRoque, outgoing CARICOM Chairman and Prime Minister of Grenada, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, and incoming CARICOM Chairman and President of Haiti, His Excellency Jovenel Moïse. All of them touted the benefits of the Caribbean and listed the pertinent issues that need to be discussed, like hurricane recovery, tourism, and cricket.
My dear sisters and brothers, the chairmanship of this CARICOM community last July, our CARICOM solidarity was fully demonstrated when members of our CARICOM family were confronted with a multi-country devastation never before seen in our region. CARICOM governments, institutions, civil society organizations, and the people of our community were among the first responders with massive outpouring of generosity and a spirit of compassion and the CARICOM family unity, which highlighted the best among us.
Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis led the delegation that featured the Ministers of Foreign Affairs and Immigration sitting next to him at the CARICOM discussion table.
I spoke about the impact the hurricanes had on our country and how we had dealt with it in terms of the evacuation from the southern islands. We thought it was very beneficial, and I spoke about how it's essential as we move forward for us to have necessary inventory and preparation for hurricanes, so we know where the vulnerable areas are, mobilize equipments, mobilize food, etc. And it's even more essential that all of our homes meet the necessary building codes and standardization. And in fact, that was pointed out by quite a number of the prime ministers, who said that we must have look at probably Caribbean building codes and maintain that standard.
The first day of the intersessional meeting is now complete. Day 2 begins Tuesday morning. Reporting from Port-au-Prince, Haiti, I'm Altaviz Munnings, ZNS Network News.
The traffic fatality count climbing in the capital today as a driver became the latest victim. The incident took place after 2 this afternoon on Malcolm Road. This latest incident pushes the traffic fatality count to 13 for the year. We talked to Traffic Chief Superintendent Craig Stubbs.
The initial report states that the Nissan vehicle was traveling south along Winers Terrace, where it was exit onto Malcolm Road and collided with a Ford van. That vehicle failed to remain stationary and continues journey west along Malcolm Road. On exiting Malcolm Road, the vehicle collided with a Honda vehicle that was traveling south along East Street. The collision or the impact caused that Honda vehicle to go into the lane into a Ford F-250 truck. As a result, a collision occurred. The male driver of the Honda vehicle expired.
Police say they have been persistently enforcing traffic laws and to ensure that persons take caution and to prevent these kinds of accidents.
Efforts have been stepped up as an enforcement. I can say to date we have ticketed some over 3,000 plus persons for traffic violation. Our principal cause of many of the accidents we see on the streets in the province today is a result of driver's error. Drivers failing to obey or abide by the speed limit within the required zone. Speed is definitely a factor in this accident. Speed, driving in a dangerous or reckless manner.
From the court's first at 6, prosecutors in the Frank Smith bribery and extortion case sought to apply for a notice of new evidence as the former Public Hospital Authority's chairman returned to court today. It is alleged that the complainant, Barbara Hanna, was granted a contract for over $500,000 to clean the critical care block at the Princess Margaret Hospital and was approached by Smith to pay him $5,000. Hanna previously testified that she was paid what was a one-time payment, but was later informed that it would be a monthly payment. The case was postponed after Hanna presented a doctor's slip that she could not testify due to illness. Today in court, Smith's team, headed by attorney Katie Knight, opposed the application of new evidence. Magistrate Pratt, however, allowed attorneys to meet in private to determine where the case would go from there. Now, that case was adjourned until Wednesday. 14 Haitian migrants appeared in court today. 13 were charged with illegal landing and 1 with overstay. Among the migrants charged with illegal landing were 3 women with young children: Rosina Jean-Baptiste, Merlene Joachim, and Eliana Santima. The 3 women pleaded not guilty and were each granted $2,000 bail. They were ordered to report to the Department of Immigration on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday before 5 p.m. until their trial is completed. Their trial begins on Thursday, March 1st. The other 10 Haitian migrants, which included men and women, all pleaded not guilty to the charge of illegal landing. The migrants were taken into custody following an apprehension exercise in the Fox Hill area. Still talking court news, a 25-year-old Surinamese man appeared in the magistrate's court where he faced 4 drug charges. Kwan Xavier Parawari was charged with possession of dangerous drugs, importation of dangerous drugs, conspiracy to possess dangerous drugs with intent to supply, and conspiracy to import dangerous drugs. An interpreter was in court providing translation for Parawami as his charges were read. He pleaded guilty to all of them. On February 20th, Parawami was arrested at the Lyndon Pinling International Airport after he was suspected of having dangerous drugs. He was examined by doctors who discovered that he had cocaine in his stomach. He swallowed the drugs before entering the Bahamas. The assistant chief magistrate sentenced him to 18 months in prison for each count. His sentence will run concurrently, and it was recommended that he be deported once his sentence is completed. There's more news after the break. You're watching First at 6.
I guess I was too big-eyed. You promised me so much. I gave up my time, my friends, my connections, and my contacts. And this is how you treat me? I should have never left my mean squeeze for this side piece. And all these funny numbers and things.
Why switch when you can stay with the company that covers every island, rock, and key? BTC, every day.
Want to pay less? Or want to save more? Do both. Just bundle your bills into one low-rate loan with Commonwealth Bank. With a consolidation loan at Commonwealth Bank, you'll enjoy one easy monthly payment, plus the chance to win $5,000. So move your loans from other banks to Commonwealth Bank and get ready to pay less and save more.
At Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center, we provide imaging services to meet all your family's needs. Same goes for imaging at Grosvenor. We're the imaging experts. We never schedule multiple appointments, so you'll be in and out in no time. And if your initial screening reveals a concern, our radiology specialist can consult your doctor and conduct an alternative screening right then and there. Results are ready within 24 hours. Call 328-8157 to schedule an appointment at Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center or Imaging at Grosvenor today.
This portion of the news brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking.
This morning, the acting Prime Minister, the Honorable Desmond Bannister, met with members of the Mount Moriah Consultative Committee. They presented him with a list of concerns they want to address in the Yellow Elder, Millennium, and Stapleton Garden areas. That list included signage, lighting, parks, and the state of roads.
Well, our major concern in Yellow Elder is just the sewer issue. This has been an issue from the inception of time, and it's very hazardous to that yellow elder community. Once it rains heavily, the sewer then comes up, and sometimes you would see kids walking that area. So we'll appreciate greatly if we get assistance in that area.
Two of our main concerns in Millennium Gardens is those lights in our community. In reference to the park and also other streets in our community, the lights are some of the lights are blown, and that's really a grave concern for us in our community. The other concern we have at this time is the street signs. Most of our street signs are down, and we would like to have those signs repaired as quickly as we possibly can. So persons who come in the community, they can know which street they're on, and they can find the directions as to where they're trying to go.
The service road in the area, if you can, like tomorrow, help us with that, because it is a concern with just about everybody in the community, you know, and it isn't like you have this one wants something and the next one. The community want one thing. They just want a service road to clean up stuff.
Acting Prime Minister Bannister congratulated the area representative, the Honorable Marvin Dames, and his committee for being one of the first constituencies to respond to his plea in writing.
When we were first elected, I gave every MP a sheet asking them to outline the concerns in their community. I've gotten a few back, and in the Family Islands, you'll notice that I've been touring Family Islands to find out for myself. But Mount Moriah is the first constituency that's actually come to me in an organized manner and given me a detailed listing of 2 pages long. But that's important.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture launched another Youth and Culture in the Park over the weekend, this time at the Father Marshall Cooper Park in Mason's Addition. It was a day of fun, food, talent, and entrepreneurship. The Honorable Michael Pintard on the significance of this initiative.
This is an opportunity for us to bring and showcase the brightest, the most talented from all of our historic communities, so that these young people can see their peers who have excelled, and they can hear the positive messages from them, and this can inspire them to make right choices in their life. We also wanted to put on display Bahamian culture. We are as talented as anyone else anywhere else in the world. But it's important for us to continue to reinforce it, to get Bahamians to look in the mirror, be proud of the image that they see. And what better way to do it than to take our writers, our singers, our performers, our visual artists, and have them on display in the community. We wanted to bring information on entrepreneurship so that they could know that grants are available, training to ensure that they have marketable skills is available. They need that information, and we wanted to bring it to them.
Minister Pintard said this is in line with the Prime Minister's vision to boost economic activity in the inner city and is also aimed at reducing youth-based violence.
We believe that if you are going to reduce dramatically the carnage on our streets, as well as explode the opportunities at our fingertips, you have to be relentless. And so we are prepared to knock on doors, talk to family members, intervene in conflicts so that we can end them, take the message that we have of training that is available, whether it's through the National Training Agency, whether it's through the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, BTVI, to take that message to our young people who need it. And so we have the energy, we have the interest, and through the grace, by the grace of God, we believe we're going to make a difference.
Hugh Campbell Championship game tipping off tonight. That and more with your first look at sports on the other side of the break.
That portion of the news was brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, the leader in personal banking services.
Wicked Genius. Come enjoy KFC's delicious chicken, fries, drink, and biscuits starting at only $5, including VAT. KFC Nassau. It's finger-licking.
Today is a day for fun. today is a day for family. So why should yesterday's worries affect my today? That's why I insure my family with J.S. Johnson, because their mission is to provide us with the best insurance coverage possible. With J.S. Johnson, I know my family comes first, so I take comfort in knowing that they always have us covered, providing us with a great today and an even better tomorrow.
J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
Need insurance for your valuables? Shield Insurance is the answer for you, offering friendly, professional service at competitive prices. Our experienced staff at Shield Insurance work hard to ensure that you get the right coverage for your car, home, or business. Now introducing our new premium financing program, designed to make it easier for government workers and employees of approved businesses to receive car and home insurance. Visit Shield Insurance on Thompson Boulevard or call 356-7202.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Here's your first look at sports for Monday. The two teams that will step on the court to play in tonight's Hugh Campbell Basketball Championship have not lost a game since the tournament tipped off on Monday past. Tabernacle Baptist Falcons is the defending champions and had to put away a wrestling C.I. Gibson Rattlers side to be back in the big dance. The Falcons will play Mario Bowleg and the C.C. Sweeting Cobras, a team that loves to apply the pressure from the first inbound pass. Even though the two are evenly matched, both coaches know it will take a team effort to hoist the floating trophy at the end of the night.
You know, we just took it one game at a time, and I think we're the best team in the country. We're willing to play anyone, anywhere.
Well, I give them a goal to do something none of the CC teams have ever done, and that's when GSSA, the Hugh Campbell, all in 1 year. So they took the challenge, and we're going to see if we can complete it.
Hey, we got guards, man. We deep. We got guards, and not only them could press, you know, it goes both ways. I hope they could take our pressure also.
The trophy will be heading back to Freeport come Tuesday.
Hey, listen to me. We're going to watch the game, we're going to play the game, and we play the game to win. So, of course, we want to take it back, and we're going to do everything to defend our championship.
The championship game will be played at 9 p.m. at the Kendall G. Lysick Gymnasium. The National Gym was also the venue for the FIBA home and away qualifiers for the World Cup Games. The Bahamas played Canada, the number 26 ranked team in the world, on Sunday. Canada would have their way with the home side, beating them 113-67. The loss dropped the Bahamas to 0-4 and basically out of contention of moving on to the next round of the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Dominican Republic sits atop of the pool at 4-0. Canada 3-1, and the U.S. Virgin Islands is 1-3. Bahamas closes out the qualifiers against the Dominican Republic on Friday, June 29th, and the U.S. Virgin Islands July 2nd. The U.S. Virgin Islands and the Dominican Republic played the first game on Sunday. The Dominican Republic beat the U.S. Virgin Islands 113-85. The North Long Island Jamboree wrapped up on the weekend. Our Julian Gibson was courtside and followed this report.
Long Island High School Basketball Championship had San Salvador playing in 2 championship games. Their intermediate boys lost to South Long Island. The final score 29-24.
Our defense was on par today and tonight, and I think that we did a good job executing with our offense and so forth.
We played the best of our abilities, but I feel that we didn't start out the best as the best, but we came and we cleaned up what we had to do in the end.
With all due respect to the other team, they played well, they executed, they got us, they found our weak points, but we was able to pull through in them.
Well, I was just here to help motivate them and make sure I call the timeouts at the right time, and they helped guide me through it too. I remember a little strategy from back in the day when I used to play and coach some, but hey, this is a good bunch of guys that came out here and played the hearts out and through the ups and downs, and hey, I say give them a hand.
On the Senior Boys Championship game, this one was all Coach Esperon and San Salvador. They blasted Ellen Coakley Senior Boys 41-9.
I knew for sure we had a better chance of repeating as champions back here this year. We put a lot of work in it, and the guys was really serious on trying to get there. I told you from the beginning, man, I knew God has just been good to us. I knew we have almost with 3 in the championship, got 2 in the championship, lose a good one for the intermediate boys, but I know we can get it one with the senior boys.
Junior Boys Championship trophy is headed back to the capital.
D.W. Davis Junior boys outlasted T.A. Thompson 44-32.
We rotate on defense, make our layups, make our free throw, listen to the coach. That's how we get the win.
It was a good game, though. It was a good game.
Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I am Julian Gibson.
Thanks so much, Julian. 3 straight match wins without losing a set. That's how the National Fest concluded their postseason in the New Providence Volleyball Association. The championship title was just an extra point the Intruders served up so they can have bragging rights over the Defenders Men's Volleyball Club.
We did that in style, in history. You know, it has never happened before where you give a team 9-0, you know, in 3 games. So, you know, that for us is a big deal, and that's 3-3, you know, so our next goal, I was telling one of my teammates, is to go for 5.
How does the championship feel for you guys?
Feels good this year, you know. Coming out of the preliminary games with Warhawks, you know, we fought, you know. So we knew coming into the championship would have been an easier game. So, you know, we're happy.
Yeah, that was the game plan to close it out. Like Dylan just said, we was going for the 3-0. They didn't win a set this season, which is a good thing for us. It was a good game plan, and we stuck through with it.
How good are you guys? You've been at it every year. This team must be battle tested.
It's just being consistent, sticking to the game plan, passing the ball, getting the side outs when needed. We just played our ball, the type of game we need to play to win, and we did just that.
How does this championship feel for you, or are you used to this feeling?
I mean, the St. Mary's was more competitive. The championship game was more chill and easier. So I felt like we played the championship game the week before.
Okay, all right.
The Scottdale Vixens have stopped counting when it comes to the championship titles won in the New Providence Volleyball Association. This year they had a new opponent in the best-of-5 series, the Lady Defenders. And just like past title matches, the Vixens came pounding. They too would sweep their series. We're 3 days away from the start of the IAAF World Indoor Track and Field Championships. The meet will be held in Birmingham, Great Britain, March 1st through the 4th. The Bahamas is expected to have a strong contingent at the meet. Qualifying for the NCAA Indoor Championships was Kamisha Cox and Kiana Albury. Both ran in the final of the 60-meter dash at the Big Ten Championships over the weekend. Kamisha running out of lane 6 and Albury in lane 7. Cox won the event in 7.36 seconds and Albury turned in 7.50 seconds. The NCAA Indoor Championships will run March 9th through the 10th at College Station in Texas. The countdown is on for the hosting of the 47th Annual Carifta Track and Field Championships. The regional junior meet is set for 30th of March to 2nd April at the National Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. The Carifta Swimming Championships will be held in Jamaica. It will get started March 15th. The Bahamas flag football season got started on Sunday with a couple of preseason games. The league will play 2 preseason games. Regular season will start on March 11th. Play is held at the Winton Rugby pitch. Tumbling their way onto the medal podium at the Wolverine Classic were some of the country's top junior gymnasts. Soraya Halkida scored 9.125 on the vault and 8.40 on the bars. Anaya Rold was 2nd overall and Rihanna Smith 4th overall. Taylor Robinson won 1st place in the all-around on level 3. That's your first look at sports. Don't go anywhere. There's more to come.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Fanta, supporting the greatest expression of Bahamian culture. More than one flavor, still one family.
Cellular and Electronics is your one-stop shop for all your electronic needs. From the latest in cell phones and accessories like the iPhone 6s Plus, to the Samsung S6 Edge, the latest in game consoles, games, and accessories. We also carry the best hoverboards, stereo sound systems, and much more. We also have certified technicians to fix all your electronic needs. Located in the Coconut Grove Plaza and the mall at Marathon. What are you waiting for? Come on down to CTI Cellular and Electronics today.
What you see and hear on this television station is governed by IRCA's Code of Practice for Content Regulation. The Code of Practice covers matters relating to program content that are of concern to the community, such as local content, news, current affairs, programs for children, advertising, including political advertisements, and the responsibilities associated with broadcasting in the Bahamas. The Code also covers aspects such as access services for the hearing and visually impaired, and the procedure for lodging a complaint about anything broadcast by this station. The code is available on the IRCA website at www.ircabahamas.bs. To receive a copy of the code by mail or in person, you may telephone IRCA at 242-393-0234. Family Island dialing is toll-free at 1-242-300-8722. Or you may send a request by email to info@ircabahamas.bs.
Now to news from the region. Prime Minister Gaston Brown announced at a political rally on Saturday night that general elections will be held in Antigua and Barbuda on March 21st, some 16 months before the constitutionally mandated date. Parliament will be dissolved on Monday and the election writ will be issued the following day. He did not indicate when nomination day will be. Brown said he was calling the election more than a year early because he believes his government has performed. The downgrade of Suriname's creditworthiness by Moody's Investors Services last Tuesday didn't go down well with the country's Minister of Finance. He criticized the ratings agency for deviating from the procedures followed so far when issuing ratings. Moody's has downgraded the long-term issuer and senior unsecured rating of the government of Suriname to B2 from B1. And the U.S. Small Business Administration has approved more than $1 billion in low-interest disaster loans for 28,106 Puerto Rico residents and businesses recovering in the aftermath of Hurricanes Irma and Maria, which struck last September. The filing deadline for physical property damage disaster loans for Hurricanes Irma and Maria is March 20th. The deadline to return economic injury disaster loan applications is June 11th for Hurricane Irma and June 20th for Hurricane Maria.
Time now for weather.
In our first look at weather, the area of high pressure across the Bahamas is relaxing a bit, and a frontal system is on the way that will cool things down. The details are all coming up later in the newscast, so do stay tuned. Outside of our studios, we have partly cloudy skies, temperature at 77 degrees, your relative humidity 69%. The winds are out of the east-southeast at 5 knots, your barometric pressure 1,021.4 millibars, that is 30.17 inches, and it is steady. That's going to do it for your first look at weather at 6. Stay tuned, more weather is still to come.
Thank you, Basil. That's it for First at 6. The Northern Edition is up next, so stay tuned.
A group of self-starters entering the business world. A successful Love Rush Junk New Parade held on the island of Abaco. And technological advances assisting in the fight against breast cancer.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening all. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture doing its part to promote the development of the business sector and hence the economy. The ministry is pioneering a number of business initiatives among the youth, the latest cohort receiving their funding today. Natalie Martinborough has our top story.
It is touted as perhaps the best small business development program in recent time. The Self-Starter Initiative offers training, access to funding, and also provides mentorship for the new entrepreneurs. 15 persons were selected from the program and were provided with grants to start up a business. Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Michael Pintard, telling the recipients that commitment and discipline will take them a long way in the world of business.
There's absolutely no one you can call in sick to. You must pay yourself a salary, but you must reinvest in the business if it is going to have a chance at succeeding. You have to be prepared to wake up early, pray up, show up, stay late if necessary in order to build your empire. Not everyone is an entrepreneur, so you are a unique group among hundreds of thousands in the Bahamas.
Pintard says the winners were selected on the basis that their business ideas will have an opportunity to flourish based on the current population of Grand Bahama.
We wanted to identify businesses that will be in the creative arts, that would affect tourism, that will deal with personal consumption, and all of you represent these kinds of businesses. Now the reality is, it is a competitive market. And your competition is not just in Grand Bahama. There are persons from New Providence who you will be competing with. Well, the reality is, much of your competition is also from the United States, depending on the products that you're selling. So you have to be prepared for global competition.
All of the recipients have unique business ideas, and they will be paired with mentors who will help to guide them as they start up their individual businesses.
They want to see you succeed, because to the extent that you succeed, many of the businesses that they're coming from, those businesses will also succeed. So pay attention to the lessons that they seek to share with you.
Pintard also advising the budding entrepreneurs to make wise financial decisions and to save.
No matter how little you think you're making, you must always find a way to put something aside. You've heard the statistic that 90% plus of Bahamians have less than $1,000 in the bank. We wish for you to be a part, not of that 10%, but that 30, 40, and 50% of the Bahamian population that will move beyond saving $1,000, but that you would have discretionary income so that when new opportunities arise, you are in a position to invest.
Natalie Martinborough, ZNS Network News.
The Minister of State for Grand Bahama, Senator the Honorable Kwesi Thompson, also commending the budding entrepreneurs. Thompson noting that while funding and training are important components in any business project, he says that mentorship is just as essential. He is advising the successful applicants to be open to learning from mentors with experience in the world of business.
Attach you with business owners. We're going to attach you with people who've sat and been where you've been. And we're going to attach you to them so that they can mentor you through this process. So not only are we going to give you access to the funding, but we're going to give you access to the advice and access to those resources aside from the funding, but give you access to resources to show you and help you on how do you actually utilize those funding the best way possible.
Minister Thompson also applauding the program. The Organization of American States has a small business development center program. Thompson says representatives of the OAS on a recent visit said they are impressed with the local program.
And we sat around the table and we gave them a look at the program that we are running. And one of the things that they said was, you know, you are already far ahead of the game with respect to this program. Because even if we come in and set up this small business development center, you are already doing the things that our small business development center would do. So you ought to be congratulated that you've actually gone through this kind of program and succeeded in this kind of program.
In news from the crime beat, 3 men appearing in court this past Friday in connection with that multiple stabbing incident that occurred at a club in the Oak Street area earlier this month. 26-year-old Theodore Tanis of Russelltown and 24-year-old Antonio Joseph of Pinedale were arraigned before Deputy Chief Magistrate Debbie Ferguson on 2 counts of grievous harm and 1 count of attempted murder. They pled not guilty to the charges of grievous harm and were not required to enter a plea for the attempted murder. Bail was denied and they were remanded until June 13th. That's when a trial will begin for the grievous harm murder and for a voluntary bill of indictment to be served for the attempted murder charge. 41-year-old Weisler Gier of Holmes Rock was also arraigned before Deputy Chief Magistrate Debbie Ferguson on the charge of assault with a dangerous instrument. He pled not guilty, bail was denied, and he was remanded as well. You may recall that 5 young men sustained serious injuries and were taken to hospital following that incident. A man perished in a traffic mishap over in Abaco this past weekend. Police tell us that officers received a report around 8 p.m. that 2 vehicles had collided and had ignited just out of Treasure Key. Police say they were told that 1 person was trapped in one of those vehicles. Police officers say they were able to extinguish the blaze, and the assistance of the Treasure Key Fire Department and several passengers were assisted to the Marsh Harbor Medical Center, where they were treated. While making checks, police found human remains burnt beyond recognition in one of the vehicles. Police are investigating this matter. Meantime, police on Abaco reporting that for the most part, crime is under control and residents and visitors alike have nothing to fear. Kimberly Mullings has that story.
Police on Abaco achieving results when it comes to the war on crime. According to officer in charge of the Abacos, Chief Superintendent of Police Kevin Mortimer, he says credit must be given to residents for their support of the many crime-fighting initiatives put in place to keep the Northern Island safe.
We are not seeing no increases in any criminal activity. We believe that we are doing a tremendous job in terms of our community involvement. Members of the community are assisting us very well with information. We have a wonderful partnership with various organizations, the church, the business places in the community, and I think we're doing a wonderful job in terms of helping to stem any criminal activity from occurring.
The OIC says that their school initiatives are proving to be beneficial as well.
We meet with the various schools, government and private, so we have a whole holistic approach to our crime fighting initiatives, and we are doing tremendously well.
All in all, he says members of the public have nothing to be concerned about in Abaco.
We are doing daily walkabouts, daily road checks, stop and searches, so we know that they feel safe. There's no fear of crime in the Abacos at this time.
Chief Superintendent Mortimer also noting that the Traffic Division has been working to enhance safety on the streets of Abaco. He's asking the motoring public to drive with care and attention, especially on long roads in the evenings.
Kindly please dim your lights. We know the streets are not well lit. If you're driving and you're driving with your bright lights on, when vehicles are approaching you, be so kind as to dim your lights until the vehicle has passed, and then you can probably put your bright lights back on. But we want to seriously admonish them to please continue to drive on the highway with a dim light, or to dip your lights when you have oncoming traffic coming at you.
Kimberly Mullings, ZNS Network News.
Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition continues in just a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Dolly Madison, Freeport's original home center.
You name it, and Dolly's got it in the bag. That means they have it all. Gorgeous rooms to go furniture and accessories, Radio Shack electronics and musician supplies, Ace hardware and housewares, Whirlpool and GE appliances, Ace paint and supplies, the Garden Center. We have thousands of items to choose from to make your home run. And Dolly Madison is committed to providing you with quality name brand products at great everyday savings. Yes, Dolly Madison Home Center's got it in the bag.
Grand Bahama, you don't want to miss Love and Laugh Comedy Show, brought to you by Flying High Promotions. 7 p.m. Saturday, March 3rd at a Social Affair Convention Center. Tickets $30 in advance.
Why shop abroad when there is Bellevue Business Depot, your one-stop shop for all your complete business solutions and office supplies. Come and explore our new furniture showroom where you can find desks, chairs, filing cabinets, and bookcases for your home and office. Need to accessorize that desk? Our wide range of electronics where we have laptops, speakers, printers, televisions, routers, and much, much more. We also specialize in computer repairs and IT support. Don't have a computer? No problem. Come enjoy our low rates at our cyber center or let our professional trained staff at the business center satisfy all of your printing needs, where we do house plans, funeral programs, weddings, and discounts for all teachers and churches. While waiting on your prints, purchase a mocha at our coffee cafe, where we also serve fresh Bahamian patties and pastries. All here at Bellevue Business Depot, Queens Highway, Freeport. Store hours 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday to Friday, and Saturdays 8:30 to 4:30 p.m. Bellevue Business Depot.
Welcome to Jags International. We have Celebration, Valeria, FRS, Bahamas Air, Hotel, car vouchers now on sale.
Girls, I tried book my ticket online with them ferry them. So complicated, they asking for too much.
That's why I stick to Jags. No agency fees or booking fees. Cash and credit, all the same. Blow deals and spectacular services with a smile.
Yes, that's Jags, your one-stop shop to Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, and Miami.
We even offer cheap car rental vouchers, dollar, thrifty, Hertz, and VIP service.
Book now with Jags and get their $5 discount card. And don't forget the super sales going on.
Where do you go when you're looking for low prices and quality meats? You go to Mulligan's Meats and Spices, KMW Plaza, or Mulligan's Meat and Spices at the rear of the Britannia Mall on Luna Boulevard. New things are happening at Mulligan's Meats. They have everyday low prices on groceries, frozen foods, produce, dairy, health, and beauty care. Visit their meat department where beef, chicken, turkey, and mutton are cut right before your eyes. Mulligan's has everything you need, incredible service, and courteous staff. Mulligan's, providing quality products at great prices.
See color in a whole new way. Our PPG Voice of Color interactive display lets you see color like never before. Just pick your space, scan the colors, and drag and drop them in. Selecting the perfect color has never been easier or more affordable, with new, lower, everyday prices on our best sellers. All with the expert advice you just won't find anywhere else. Only at Paint Fair, West Settlers Way, 3529788.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Gold Rock Concrete, now manufacturing 4, 6, and 8-inch concrete blocks and ready-mix concrete. Covering the Northern Bahamas, you're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The 2018 Abaco Love Rush Festival held this past weekend in honor of Junk Canoe legend Colin Curry. Now, even though there were only 3 senior groups participating, Kimberly Mullings tells us that it was still an exciting show for those in attendance.
Hundreds of visitors and residents from across the Abacos made their way to the BAIC Park for the annual Love Rush Festival this year, which the All Abaco Junk Canoe Committee, spearheaded by William Tony Davis, managed to successfully pull off despite challenges with power leading up to the Junk Canoe weekend. Among those attending the festival this year were representatives from the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture and the National Junk Canoe Committee. Night 1 featured 8 schools in the Junior Junk Canoe Parade, and Night 2, 3 groups in the Senior Parade. The first group to hit the parade route Saturday night was the Abaco Spartans United, their theme, The Musical Experience, giving spectators a look at various instruments and music genres through their costumes and music. There was a little bit of rock and roll, reggae, R&B, and even a little bit of pop. The Green Turtle Key Little Island Slammers followed, giving spectators a bit of a sugar rush with their Land of Sweets theme. Candies were everywhere, some still in their wrappers, and lollipops galore. The final group to hit the route was the Spring City Soldiers, paying homage to this year's Abaco Love Rush Festival honoree, Exciting Abaco, a tribute to Colin Curry. Spectators filled the bleachers and others lined the streets to enjoy the cultural show. Vendors reported that they were pleased with the organization of the two-day event as they were able to profit significantly over the weekend. Many of them said they sold out of their items, be it native Bahamian foods, drinks, ice cream, or toys, and commended the Junkanoo Committee for a job well done. Kimberly Mullings, ZNS Network News.
Full Potential is presenting their annual Family Empowerment Summit next Tuesday and Wednesday. Director of Full Potential, LaQuaz Williams, says everyone who attends is in for a treat, as there will be informative, interactive breakout sessions for the entire family. Williams says emphasis will be placed on students.
In the day sessions, we would be catering to the young kids in primary school and the high school students as well. The focus there will be on financial literacy. So empowering the kids now to be good stewards over the resources, the little that they may have. Kids would be empowered to not only save, but also how that they can invest their money, so that they can also help some parents as they go through their journey in life, whether it be for lunch or whatever the case may be.
Correction, that summit will be held this Tuesday and Wednesday. Evening sessions will be geared toward adults in the family. Jacqueline Pinder is excited to be a part of the Full Potential Family Summit. She will be one of the presenters speaking on retirement and preparing life after retirement. She believes that knowledge is key.
I have found that preparation for retirement is key. It has to be entered in very seriously. Retirement is simply the ending of one season of your life, entering into another season. So as people prepare for retirement, I believe that it should be one of prayer first. And we know how important finances are when it comes to retirement. So we have various aspects of retirement that I will be dealing with.
The Full Potential Family Empowerment Summit will be held at Jubilee Cathedral. The Public Hospitals Authority hosting the first Family Medicine Conference last week at the Pelican Bay Resort. The two-day conference featured various national and international medical professionals presenting on various topics. Tonight, the director at a well-known international cancer center is sharing new updates in the fight against breast cancer.
Technology may change, but the message remains the same. Early detection is the key to treating and quite possibly curing breast cancer. Director of the Cancer Center at the Cleveland Clinic, Dr. Zena Nally, says that women must be aware of their family history and have regular screenings.
We are finding cancer more because we're screening more, okay? So the incidence itself has not been rising dramatically, no, but we find patients more commonly now because we do so much screening. And that's why we want to find those patients early. So we'd love to see patients at an early stage of breast cancer where the cure rate is more than 80% versus when the woman presents late with a big tumor and when the cure can become difficult.
Dr. Nally says that there have been many technological advances in the field of medicine over the years, and now doctors can identify and treat more subtypes of breast cancer.
Now we know more than ever that breast cancer is not one disease. It's based on multiple genomic changes, which means one patient may have the same size of breast cancer, but they may have a tumor that is totally different than another person with the same size of the tumor. So it's really the biology of the cancer that's driving more of these changes and the prognosis of cancer. So now we know that one size doesn't fit all, and we tailor treatment based on the specific subtype of cancer. So we became a little bit more sophisticated in identifying the subgroups of breast cancer and how we can treat them in a better fashion.
She adds that the cure rate of breast cancer has been very high in recent times, while death occurrences have decreased.
Both due to advances in screening and widespread screening and early detection, but also due to benefits from new treatment and new advances. Even in advanced cancer, we have better and newer drugs.
Dr. Nally says that the Cleveland Clinic's position on screening remains the same.
We start at age 40 as a recommendation, but there are different societies that recommend screening it to start at age 50. So again, it also depends on the patient's own risk factors, and it's very important to discuss that with the primary doctor and to come up with a specific age to start screening.
And now it is time to ask the doctor.
Welcome to Ask the Doctor. Daryl from New Providence asks, I read recently that annual checkups are not helpful if you are healthy. Is this true? Daryl, thanks for an interesting question. There are healthcare theorists and planners who argue that there is not much evidence that an annual exam provides good enough health outcomes to justify the costs. But there are still many good reasons to visit your doctor for an annual checkup. Annual physical exams are a vital part of illness prevention and intervention if necessary. While many persons make sure that their children have routine doctor visits, as adults, too many of us neglect this important key to maintaining good physical health. Doctors can use an annual exam to keep abreast of signs and symptoms that could lead to a serious illness. During an exam, your doctor will ask you about your family history and note your vital signs, including your blood pressure, heart rate, respiration rate, and temperature. They can also note changes in your heart, lungs, eyes, skin, and extremities. As we mature and age, the annual exam can also become a useful screening opportunity for certain cancers, as well as serious conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease. Avoiding an annual checkup can increase your risk of developing more serious medical conditions in the future. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Don't go away, Ricardo Lightborn is up next with a check on sports.
Come on down to Clearview Glass and Window Repair, your hurricane preparedness specialists. Call them at 352-7694.
KFC Famous Bowls are back. Stay warm this winter with KFC Famous Bowls. Regular and barbecue. Hot, creamy mashed potatoes topped with corn and the Colonel's delicious popcorn chicken layered in hot gravy or our sweet honey barbecue sauce topped with our 3-cheese blend. So much to eat. What are you waiting on? Stay cold or get warm with KFC Famous Bowls. Available at all KFC restaurants in Freeport.
All last year, I fell in love, Belinda. But this year, I want to just kick it up a notch.
Did you hear about our new bamboo line?
When you start talking about you can sell on TV.
Hold on, Dr. Love. Not that type of bamboo you're talking about. You ain't hear about the nice bamboo sheet. And you can get it in all colors. And if you ain't want it in the sheets, Dr. Love, you can get it in the pillows.
Thank God for Island Bedding.
Come and visit me at number 5, Queens Highway, Island Bedding.
H. Forbes Charter Services Limited, Grand Bahama's oldest and largest ground transportation operator, specializing in a wide range of services, including transfers, tours, VIP handling, and destination management. Our services are rendered in luxury limousines and coach buses. Take a fun tour of the island on our state-of-the-art party bus or hop on board one of our new double-decker buses. Whatever mood you're trying to create, H. Forbes Charter can cater to your needs. With our highly trained professional chauffeurs, we also specialize in large group movements. H. Forbes Charter Services Limited is the proud winner of the prestigious CARICOM Award for Excellence in Transportation, and also the recipient of the Delta Vacation Quality Assurance Award for the 2nd consecutive year. The international award recognizes companies in the industry for outstanding quality service.
At Grand Bahama Power Company, customers are at the heart of what we do. That's why we are continually finding ways to improve our service to you. You can avoid the line and pay your bill at our 24-hour kiosk at any time. With real-time processing, payments can be submitted with cash, credit card, or check. Conveniently located at our headquarters, This simple and easy process will have you done in 5 minutes or less.
More Makeup by Megan Coakley. When you want to look like a star. Phone 443-7979.
Ricardo Light won the G. Rutherford girls basketball tournament, closing out on Sunday the Jack Haywood Gym. Doris Johnson, Mystic Lady Marlins, and Prince William Lady Falcons in the senior girls finals. The Lady Marlins ball and watch Nia Boleg split the Falcons defense. Lady Falcons came right back. Christine Moss working on an 11-point game. The Lady Falcons concerned about the pace of the game. For the Lady Marlins, they want to stick to that game plan. Exactly what Doris Johnson did, and the defense here, 8-3 now for the first period. The second period was give and take, and Lady Mystic Marlins taking an 18-13 lead at the half. In the third period, the action in the paint, simply the size advantage goes to the Marlins, 25-16 the score. The hustle in the paint now is evident. Doris Johnson ended his role, also with a 12-point game. Prince William defense collapsed in the fourth, the easy backdoor deuce here. The Lady Falcons had some good looks, but the shots were not falling. Time running out. Prince William still no reward for the shots. The final seconds running out on this one, and Doris Johnson, Lady Mystic Marlins, won it 32-23 the score, and a third consecutive title. Now that's reason to celebrate for Coach Kayvon Spence and also team captain Brianna Riley.
Tournament organizers really set up our pool really challenging, and it really brought out the best in our girls. From the first night we played double overtime with Tabernacle, we played 3 games on Friday, and last night we played a grueling one with St. George's. So mentally this tournament helped my girls to get stronger. So today we just came together and recognized one thing, that we have overcome the greatest obstacles, winning those 5 games, and so we had to look at 32 minutes of execution and play and playing towards our strengths, and that's what we did.
It's really exciting for me because this is my last year, and I wanted to take as much championships as I could leaving school.
A tough loss for the Lady Falcons of Prince William. Congrats goes to Doris Johnson Mystic Marlins, the New Rutherford girls senior champions. The Sister Mary Patricia Russell Panthers junior girls defeated the Agmarok Junior Blue Jays 32-25 to win the championship. Candia Ouden scored 14 points and named the MVP and most valuable player. For Coach Dudley Dean, he said his team played with heart, and the Panthers MVP, Candia Ouden, said simply, it was pretty good.
Magic, that's exactly what it was. I had special talent. Candy, she just did her thing, and her girls just back up. I was just there to make sure I put the pieces in the right spot, and it all come together for us.
It feels good because I just came to the school, and I feel proud of myself for pushing myself and going through the game.
I watch you play. You got some great ball skills. What's your dream about playing basketball?
I dream I'll make it to WNBA and play with Jonquil Jones, maybe.
Now the finals of the 37th Hugh Campbell Basketball Tournament, folks, is set for a 9 o'clock tip-off tonight at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. It's going to feature the defending champions, the Tabernacle Academy Falcons, and yes, the CC Sweeting Cobras. Bombers men's national basketball team losing to Canada 113-67 in the FIBA World Cup qualifier. The Bombers now 0-4 will close out the qualifier against Dominican Republic. That is June 29th in U.S. Virgin Islands on July 2nd. And Jonquil J.J. Jones with a monster game on court in the China Women's Basketball League semifinal playoff. Jonquil scored a whopping 42 points, 22 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, and 3 block shots as Shanghai XR defeated Guangdong 88-84 in a 2-0 lead in that series. JJ 13 of 16 from the floor, 3 of 7 from the three-point line, 7 of 7 from the charity stripe. She played some 45 minutes of play. Shifting now to baseball and Grand Bahama Little League over the weekend, the Powerade Lions over the Buccaneers Gray, 12-2. The Camacho Auto Bucks blanked the Predators 15-0. In the minor league game, the Buccaneers and the Predators played to 11-11 tie, and it was Peter Capron was 2 for 2 with 4 RBI for the Predators, and the Bucks Max Williams 1 for 3, 2 ribbies, and 3 runs scored. In the major game, the Palomers Lions closed on the Buccaneers Red 10-0. Durante Martin had the win, and also Prince Thompson was a 2 for 3 game at the plate. That is your sports on a Monday.
For just what you've been waiting for, the newest men's fashion store at No. 1 Britannia Mini Mall, Caravel Beach, Hustle Men's Fashion.
Olympia Ferguson from Budget Pest Control. On Grand Bahama, there are only two types of homes, those with termites and those that will have termites. The signs you should look for are drywood termite fecal pellets, subterranean termite shelter tubes, and of course damaged wood. We now have on Grand Bahama the Coptotermes formosanus, or the super termite, which can do extreme damage in a very short period of time. To know more and to protect your investment, contact the termite experts at Budget Pest Control. With us, it's not just a company behind you, but a family. We are located on 13 Forest Avenue. Call us today at 351-7378.
The Awards and Science Center has everything you need to help you give that special someone the most amazing personalized creative gift. One-of-a-kind floral arrangements to brighten someone's day. Recognition awards ranging from plaques to trophies. And yes, even tombstones to memorialize your loved ones. Visit the Awards and Science Center and be dazzled by our vast, beautiful array of supplies on West Atlanta Drive. The Awards and Science Center.
Do you know what driving while intoxicated means? Motorists who drive while texting. Did you know that motorists who talk on handheld or even hand-free devices while driving are just as impaired as drunk drivers? Countless of accidents happen every year and even deaths due to these thoughtless actions. So remember, the next time you're attempted to text and drive, remember it may mean life or death.
This message was brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas and John West Shoe Store. We're going to take you there in style.
And before we wrap up, just like to say a special happy birthday to Miss Ruth Nell Dames. That's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Megan Shepard. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the national report, the Prime Minister expected to return to the capital after high-level talks in Haiti. Plus, the bribery and extortion case of a former parliamentarian was adjourned today. We'll tell you why. And another life lost on the streets of the capital. The Bahamas Tonight, the national report, starts right now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
CARICOM leaders charting the way forward for the Caribbean community. Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis. The nation's chief is expected back here in the capital tonight following high-level discussions with CARICOM leaders in Haiti. Those leaders were locked in discussions as they addressed the issues of concern to the Caribbean. Altavi's Munnings tells us that the Prime Minister was satisfied with his contribution to discussions held this morning. She reports tonight from Port-au-Prince. We'll have that story later on in the newscast. Millions of dollars spent to repair roads in this country, but how long is it before one of the utility companies dig it up, creating a nightmare for motorists? The Minister of Public Works met with his technical teams, as well as officials from utility companies, to coordinate roadworks and to discuss ways to reduce the digging of trenches on newly paved roads. Vaughn Aubrey reports.
Many persons continue to complain about the state of our roads. The Ministry of Public Works has now undertaken a major road rebuilding project, and it all begins here on Farrington Road.
We are in the process of making plans to pave Farrington Road, and Water and Sewage and PEC have gone in and done some work. We're just waiting for confirmation from BTC and Cable Bahamas, and then we will issue the public notices regarding the paving of Farrington Road, which is one of our priority projects. And there are a number of other roads that they have information on. Of course, it is a challenge because we are kind of interrupting their routine, but they have provided good cooperation. Once we give them the information, they move quickly to address all of the outstanding issues.
The director was asked specifically what would be the penalty if one of the utility companies were to go back and dig up a newly paved road.
Right now, the fine is only $75, but we are looking to upgrade those fines. I think we've recommended to the AG's office a fine of $10,000. And also, if they do go into a recently paved road, then instead of just reinstating and paving the trench, they have to actually reinstate and pave the entire lane width for 50 feet before and 50 feet after the trench.
And the road projects are not just here in New Providence.
For the last 3 weeks, we've been visiting the various family islands. So we've been to Abaco, we've been to Andros, we've been to North Eleuthera, and on each of those trips, we take someone from the civil design section. So we have a lot of work to do in the family islands. It's just a matter of preparing the scopes and seeking the necessary funding to do those works.
And the works here on Farrington Road continues, but you're asked to avoid the area if at all possible, because soon this will be a new road. Reporting from Farrington Road, I am Vaughn Albury, ZNS Network News.
Thanks, Vaughn. The Bahamas Agriculture and Marine Science Institute is making significant strides as it continues on its path to promoting food security in this country. The institution's executive director tells Cleopatra Murphy tonight how that is being manifested through enrollment, crop production, and through its livestock inventory.
Sitting on more than 800 acres of land on North Andros, less than half of which is currently being used, BAMSI is poised to have a good 2018, with its enrollment numbers increasing. Executive Director of the Bahamas Agriculture and Marine Science Institute, Dr. Ravinia Hanna, says the research and demonstration farm is well on its way to helping the country reach its goal of food sustainability.
We have over 60 students currently enrolled in one of our 5 programs. We also have online courses in either agriculture, aquaculture, marine science, environmental science, or agribusiness. And also, as you see behind me, we have added additional raceways, having 8 varieties of lettuce, kale, and arugula.
The facility, launched in 2013, has acres of banana crops, is now producing cabbages, eggplants, and is always testing different crop varieties to see what is most suitable for the Bahamas and to supply farmers throughout the country. Hannah says the facility is trying to meet current market demands with its crops, and already those efforts are paying dividends. Lettuce varieties are sold at its New Providence distribution center, and hotels also purchase the Bahamian produce.
When they're packaged, they're already sold. These are hot sellers because, again, people are into healthy eating and they appreciate buying Bahamian. And as you can see, these are grown hydroponically, and so they are virtually organically grown as well. So these are very safe to eat and they're very nutritious.
Hannah says the farm's livestock program is also progressing well, having been started with a stock of about 100 sheep and goats. Those numbers have also grown to more than 600. The BAMSI executive director says they will not be slaughtered for sale at the farm, but the stocks that are purebred will be sold to local farmers to expand their own livestock numbers.
We're actually breeding the correct sheep and goat variety for the Bahamas, and so right now it's midway into development and is going really well, and so we're able to provide again the stock sheep and goat to actually distribute to our farmers throughout the islands.
Hannah says more students are expressing interest in BAMSI, including international students she says will be accepted once buildings are completed and there are more accommodations for them. Until then, Hannah says the farm is well on its way to helping Bahamians gain the skills for large-scale production to feed the Bahamas. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
And still to come, the Frank Smith bribery trial adjourned today. And who will get the Hugh Campbell Trophy? Well, tonight the big showdown is on. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report.
This portion of the news is brought to you by the new Shell and Leaded, designed for extra miles.
Are your monthly bills coming in on top of your holiday bills? It's time for a change. Bundle your bills into one low-rate loan with Commonwealth Bank. Move your high-rate loans and credit card balances from other banks to a low-rate consolidation loan at Commonwealth Bank. Less stress, less to pay, each and every month. Plus, the chance to win $5,000. So make a change. Get a consolidation loan at Commonwealth Bank and pay less.
Every day you wake up with the world in the palm of your hand. making connections and creating memories and sharing them with the people you care about. Every day, the world is at your fingertips, and you can experience every blockbuster movie in stunning HD and top 100 Billboard music hit with the touch of a button. Every day, your family and friends are important to you, and staying in touch no matter where you are in the Bahamas or the world is your #1 priority. And that's why, every day for over 100 years, BTC has been there to ensure that every Bahamian has the best connection to the world. We cover every island, rock, and key, regardless of the cost. This is BTC Country.
Wicked genius.
Wicked genius. Come enjoy KFC's delicious chicken, fries, drink, and biscuits starting at only $5 including VAT. KFC Nassau. It's finger-licking.
What if there was a place at the crossroads of Nolens and Nassau, where the bold coffees of Asia, Africa, and South America are paired with the spicy, savory flavors of the South, where authentic Cajun Creole fare is always cooking and love is always brewing. A crossroads for friends and family, where business and pleasure, they're all the same, where cosmopolitan meets Caribbean, where the exotic and everyday combine. Louis & Steen's New Orleans Coffee House. Exquisite specialty coffee, delicious Cajun fare. Come see what's brewing all year round at 809 West Bay Street. Louis & Steen's, brewing smiles, brewing family, brewing love in every cup. New Orleans Coffee House.
The boat's culling round Bahama land. The man in the boat and the crowd is sipping sound. The Bohemian beer, good right over here. If you proud to be Bohemian, raise your signs in the air. The man in the boat's culling round Bahama land. The man in the boat and the crowd is sipping sound. 100% Bohemian owned, even foreign guys.
Available at Jimmy's Liquor Store or your favorite restaurant or liquor stores throughout the Bahamas.
Home is more than where the heart is. Home is where the children feel safe, a place where family comes first. Come home today with a BOB residential mortgage. Enjoy attractive rates with up to 25 years to repay, or use the equity in your home to fund home improvements or other worthwhile needs. Isn't it time you came home to a place of your own? Talk with us today. BOB, your bank of solutions.
This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
As we said earlier in this newscast, the nation's chief is expected back here in the capital tonight following high-level discussions with CARICOM leaders in Haiti. Those leaders will lock in discussions as they address the issues of concern to the Caribbean. Altaviz Munnings tells us that the Prime Minister was satisfied with his contribution to discussions held this morning.
Immigration, border control, education, and tourism are just some of the topics on the agenda of the 29th Intersessional Meeting of CARICOM Heads of Government that officially began Monday morning at the Marriott Hotel in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Hurricane recovery, though, was one of the more crucial items on the agenda. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis submitted the Bahamas' post-hurricane report to the Caribbean community.
That is why it is very, very essential for us. A government's responsibility is to ensure the safety of its people and all residents within its shores. And that's why it is even more important for us to remove homes like shanty towns, etc., that does not meet our building standards. We do not want to be faced with a disaster where hundreds of individuals within our shores lose their lives or are injured as a result of hurricane flooding, etc. And these were the things that came out, the standardization, but they were very grateful to see how Bahamas had embarked on a pre-evacuation.
Prime Minister Minnis also informed the Caribbean community about climate change and its impact not only on the Bahamas but the entire region.
It's essential that we maintain our building codes within the Bahamas, and our Ministry of Works, I'm sure, will become even more vigilant, and I'm sure the Bahamian people will understand the whole world is concerned about hurricane, the effects, lives, damage to individuals, and the Bahamian people, I'm sure, understanding that must assist us in maintaining our standards.
During the official opening ceremony Monday morning, the prominence of the Caribbean and its people were highlighted.
The foundation of any strong society is the family, and within that circle, that the battle against the scourge must begin. The tried and tested values of love, hard work, honesty, character building, belief in self and self-respect are key weapons that must also be deployed in our streets, in our towns, and in our villages.
Our engagement at the highest level in the last quarter of 2017 with the presidents of Mexico and Cuba enabled us to solidify those relationships and resulted in increased threads of cooperation, particularly in disaster risk management.
The first official day of the 29th Intersessional Meeting of CARICOM Heads of Government is now complete. Now that Prime Minister Dr. The Honorable Hubert Minnis has left Haiti, Foreign Affairs Minister the Honorable Darren Henfield will represent the Bahamas until the meeting ends on Tuesday. Reporting from Port-au-Prince, Haiti, I'm Altaviz Munnings, ZNS Network News.
The traffic fatality count climbing in the capital today as a driver became the latest victim. The incident took place after 1 this afternoon on Malcolm Road. This latest incident pushes the traffic fatality count to 13 for the year. We talked to Traffic Chief Superintendent Craig Stubbs.
The initial report states that the Nissan vehicle was traveling south along Winers Terrace, where it was exit onto Malcolm Road and collided with a Ford van. That vehicle failed to remain stationary and continues journey west along Malcolm Road. On exiting Malcolm Road, the vehicle collided with a Honda vehicle that was traveling south along East Street. The collision or the impact caused that Honda vehicle to go into the lane into a Ford F-250 truck. As a result, a collision occurred. The male driver of the Honda vehicle expired.
Police say they have been persistently enforcing traffic laws to ensure that persons take caution to prevent these kinds of accidents.
Efforts have been stepped up as an enforcement. I can say to date we have ticketed some over 3,000 plus persons for traffic violation. Our principal cause of many of the accidents we see on the streets in the province today as a result of driver's error. Drivers failing to obey or abide by the speed limit within a required zone. Speed is definitely a factor in this accident. Speed, driving in a dangerous or reckless manner.
Prosecutors in the Frank Smith bribery and extortion case sought to apply for a notice of new evidence as a former Public Hospitals Authority chairman returned to court today. It is alleged that the complainant, Barbara Hanna, was granted a contract for over $500,000 to clean the critical care block at the Princess Margaret Hospital and was approached by Smith to pay him $5,000. Hanna previously testified that she paid what was a one-time payment, but was later informed that it was to be a monthly payment. The case was postponed after Hanna presented a doctor slip that she could not testify due to illness. Today in court, Smith's team, headed by attorney Katie Knight, opposed the application of new evidence. Magistrate Pratt, however, allowed attorneys to meet in private to determine where the case would go from there. That case was adjourned to Wednesday. The Haitian migrants who appeared in the magistrate's court last Friday returned for their arraignment today. 13 were charged with illegal landing and 1 with overstay. 3 women with young children were charged with illegal landing. They are Rose Nacia Jean Baptiste, Merlin Joachim, and Ileana Saint Tilma. The 3 pleaded not guilty and were each granted $2,000 bail. They were ordered to report to the Department of Immigration on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday before 5 p.m. until their trial is completed. Their trial begins on Thursday, March the 1st. The other 10 Haitian migrants, which included males and females, all pleaded guilty to the charge of illegal landing. An immigration official who appeared in court, with the migrants rather, told the court that the migrants were taken into custody following an apprehension exercise in the Fox Hill area. The immigration official says the migrants were arrested because they were unable to provide proper documentation to reside here in the Bahamas. The migrants were given an opportunity to explain why they came to the Bahamas with the help of an interpreter who provided translation. Some of the immigrants said they came for a better life, which would give them the opportunity to support their families. The assistant chief magistrate gave them each a $300 fine or 14 days in prison. It was also ordered that they be deported. Also appearing before the assistant chief magistrate was a 3.5-month pregnant Haitian migrant. The pregnant mother, Rodeline Victor, was charged with overstay. She pleaded guilty and was fined $1,000 or 9 months in prison. It was also recommended that she be deported. A 25-year-old Surinamese man appeared in the magistrate's court where he faced 4 drug charges. Juan Pranawari was charged with possession of dangerous drugs, importation of dangerous drugs, conspiracy to possess dangerous drugs with the intent to supply, and conspiracy to import dangerous drugs. An interpreter was in court providing translation for Pranawari as his charges were read. He pleaded guilty to all of them. On February 20th, Pranawari was arrested at the Lyndon Pinling International Airport after he was suspected of having dangerous drugs. He was examined by doctors who discovered that he had cocaine in his stomach. He swallowed the drugs before entering the Bahamas. The assistant chief magistrate sentenced him to 18 months in prison for each count. His sentence will run concurrently, and it was recommended that he be deported once his sentence is completed.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm C.S. Scatterly. The Ministry of Tourism and Aviation wowed more than 100 Canadian media, travel partners, and tour operators with an innovative presentation to recap 2017 and give an outlook on 2018. During an oversubscribed media luncheon, Minister of Tourism and Aviation, the Honorable Dionisio de Aguilar, and Director General Joy Gibleru presented attendees with a detailed overview of what is new, updated, and upcoming throughout the islands of the Bahamas. Air arrivals from Canada are also trending upward for 2018, and according to forecasts, bookings are up approximately 24% for the first 7 months of the year. In other business news, Domino's Bahamas is serving up big laughs with the launch of its new Cheesy Weddings marketing campaign. The company released the Boy Meets Girl romantic tale on Valentine's Day. It features an all-Bahamian cast and crew, including popular online comedian Tamiko Sawyerboy Sawyer and recording artist Johnny Cake. In less than 2 weeks since the video's online launch, Cheesy Weddings has reached more than 80,000 Facebook users and has been shared over 450 times from the Domino's Bahamas Facebook platform. The campaign was also launched on traditional television outlets for maximum exposure. And in international news, the British ultra-luxury brand Aston Martin said Monday that it is considering an initial public offering after turning its first profit since 2010. The automaker made $121 million in 2017. Sales hit a record $1.2 billion, a 48% improvement over the previous year. CEO Andy Palmer said the results marked the completion of the company's financial turnaround. This has been your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm C.S.
Tourism today, Bahamas tourism today.
We're in in Toronto, Canada, where it's right now 34 degrees Fahrenheit, and as far as I'm concerned, that's freezing. But it's the perfect time to sit down with media and tour operators here in the Canadian market and show them beautiful video and tell them why it's still better in the Bahamas.
We were able to showcase everything that's just stunning about the Bahamas. I mean, the gasps were absolutely audible.
And the Bahamas Tourist Office in Canada pulled out all the stops for the media luncheon.
They loved the format. They said it was very unique, it was very engaging, and they really, really enjoyed it. They will tell their listening or viewership or their readership about the new developments going on in the Bahamas, with hope that they will then in turn book a trip to the Bahamas.
Minister of Tourism and Aviation Dionisio Diagler and Director General Joy Jirbalou presented a detailed overview of what's new, updated, and upcoming throughout the islands of the Bahamas to more than 100 guests.
After a slow 3 quarters in 2017, the Bahamas ended the year on a high, with December air arrivals from Canada up a whopping 24.7%.
And there was more good news to share. Air arrivals from Canada are also trending upward for 2018.
In the first 7 months of 2018, we are trending 23.7% higher year on year than we did last year. So it can only get better. These are only bookings to date. So I'm talking about bookings that are already booked for June and July. We know that if this winter weather continues for another, just say 2 or 3 weeks, those bookings are going to go up. We're excited, we're enthusiastic, and we're continuing to look for a bumper year.
Read more on tourismtoday.com. I'm Nikia Christie, and this is Tourism Today.
Know how you can save more money, save more time, earn more interest, and have more for the future? The solution is an account from Fidelity Bank. With our ASU Savings, fixed deposits, and preferred client program, you can get free financial advice from our team of experts, competitive interest rates, and free online banking for simple and safe banking anytime, anywhere. Open a fixed deposit or savings account with Fidelity by visiting a branch today. Get into the rhythm of saving with Fidelity. Fidelity, we're good for you.
This is the start of a new day. I'm alive. Alive is igniting the mobile communications market in the Bahamas. The calls are clear. The speeds are fast. It's nothing better. This is Darryl Miller Live, and I'm alive. I believe in that.
Free, reliable, anytime, anywhere, and instant. That's the benefits of using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Pay bills, check account balances, transfer funds, and more. Enjoy the freedom of banking on your own terms. Why wait in line? Save time. Do your banking using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean to find out more. RBC Royal Bank. It's all about you.
Life happens, and when it does, FG Insurance Agents and Brokers is here. We help you protect the assets you've worked hard to attain. We offer home, auto, marine, commercial, and liability insurance. Don't hesitate to protect what matters with FG Insurance Agents and Brokers. Visit us and speak to your agent today, or call us at 396-1490 in Nassau or 688-1500 in Freeport.
Don't fear the sun. There's a new revolution against persisting spots and scars. CARICOM presents the new BSC Black Spots Corrector. With its 3-in-1 formula, it eliminates all spots and marks that are on hands, feet, and elbows. The B-carotene nourishes the skin. The DSP-10 protects from the sun. And the collagen regenerates the cells. For efficient results. Your skin has never been so wonderful.
If you own a portfolio of securities within a brokerage account, like stocks, bonds, or mutual funds, you can access a hassle-free loan, known as a margin loan, based on the value of that portfolio. Your investment portfolio is essentially used as collateral for a cash loan. And the benefits are numerous. Simple and straightforward application, quick turnaround, a more competitive interest rate, no requirement for monthly payments. contact us for more information on margin loans.
This morning, the acting Prime Minister, the Honorable Desmond Bannister, met with members of the Mount Moriah Consultative Committee. They presented him with a list of concerns they want addressed in Yellow Elder Gardens, Millennium Gardens, and Stapleton Gardens. That list included signage, lighting, parks, and the state of the roads.
Well, our major concern in Yellow Elder is just the sewer issue. This has been an issue from the inception of time, and it's very hazardous to that Yellow Elder community. Once it rains heavily, the sewer then comes up, and sometimes you would see kids walking that area. So we'll appreciate greatly if we get assistance in that area.
Two of our main concerns in Millennium Gardens is those lights in our community in reference to the park and also other streets in our community. The lights are some of the lights are blown, and that's really a grave concern for us in our community. The other concern we have at this time is the street signs. Most of our street signs are down, and we would like to have those signs repaired as quickly as we possibly can. So persons who come in the community, they can know which street they're on, and they can find the direction that's where they're trying to go.
The service road in the area, if you can, like tomorrow, help us with that, because it is a concern with just about everybody in the community, you know, and it isn't like you have this one want something and the next one. The community want one thing. They just want that service road to clean up stuff.
Acting Prime Minister Bannister congratulated the area representative, the Honorable Marvin Dames, and his committee for being one of the first constituencies to respond to his plea in writing.
When we were first elected, I gave every MP a sheet asking them to outline the concerns in their community. I've gotten a few back, and in the Family Islands, you'll notice that I've been touring Family Islands to find out for myself. But Mount Moriah is the first constituency that's actually come to me in an organized manner and given me a detailed listing of 2 pages long. But that's important.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture launched another Youth and Culture in the Park over the weekend, this time at the Father Marshall Cooper Park in Mason's Addition. It was a day of fun, food, talent, and a little bit of local entrepreneurship. Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Michael Pintard, talked about the significance of the event.
This is an opportunity for us to bring and showcase the brightest, the most talented from all of our historic communities, so that these young people can see their peers who have excelled, and they can hear the positive messages from them, and this can inspire them to make right choices in their life. We also wanted to put on display Bahamian culture. We are as talented as anyone else anywhere else in the world. But it's important for us to continue to reinforce it, to get Bahamians to look in the mirror, be proud of the image that they see. And what better way to do it than to take our writers, our singers, our performers, our visual artists, and have them on display in the community. We wanted to bring information on entrepreneurship so that they could know that grants are available, training to ensure that they have marketable skills is available. They need that information, and we wanted to bring it to them.
Minister Pintard said this initiative is in line with the Prime Minister's vision to boost economic activity in the inner city and is also aimed at reducing violence among the nation's young people.
We believe that if you are going to reduce dramatically the carnage on our streets, as well as explode the opportunities at our fingertips, you have to be relentless. And so we are prepared to knock on doors, talk to family members, intervene in conflict so that we can end them, take the message that we have of training that is available, whether it's through the National Training Agency, whether it's through the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, BTBI, to take that message to our young people who need it. And so we have the energy, we have the interest, and by the grace of God, we believe we're going to make a difference.
flags of the Bahamas Conference of Methodist Church and Queen's College flying at half-mast for Sir Durward Knowles. A statement issued by the school today says that Sir Durward and Queen's College were inseparable. Last year, the Queen's College family celebrated Sir Durward's birthday in grand style with the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band performing for one of the school's most loved alumni. In 2008, Sir Durward Knowles was inducted into the Queen's College Hall of Fame. His global accolades and his national accomplishments helped make him a giant of a man. For years, he led the development office of Queen's College from a position of force and pride. School officials say Sir Durward always wanted the best for the school, and he displayed an eagerness for futuristic thought and progressive development. They say Sir Durward's commitment to Queen's College was based on what the school had done for him, saying he credited much of his success to the foundation he received in his early years at QC. In light of his contribution to the institution, a memorial service will be held at a later date. Queen's College offers sympathies and condolences to the Knowles family. Stay close. Sports and Family Island weather are up next. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report.
Life is better with Rubis Rewards. Just fuel up and swipe for your chance to win free fuel, cash back in our stores, restaurant and store discounts from our partners, plus prizes and surprises. It doesn't get better than this. Your Rubis Reward tag is free at every Rubis service station in New Providence. Get yours today. Rubis, it's just better.
At Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center, we provide imaging services to meet all your family's needs. Same goes for imaging at Grosvenor. We're the imaging experts. We never schedule multiple appointments, so you'll be in and out in no time. And if your initial screening reveals a concern, our radiology specialist can consult your doctor and conduct an alternative screening right then and there. Results are ready within 24 hours. Call 328-8157 to schedule an appointment at Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center or Imaging at Grosvenor today.
Fanta, supporting the greatest expression of Bahamian culture. More than one flavor, still one family.
The performance speaks for itself. Pennzoil Synthetics, made from natural gas. Make the switch.
Cellular and Electronics is your one-stop shop for all your electronic needs. From the latest in cell phones and accessories, like the iPhone 6s Plus to the Samsung S6 Edge, the latest in game consoles, games, and accessories. We also carry the best hoverboards, stereo sound systems, and much more. We also have certified technicians to fix all your electronic needs. Located in the Coconut Grove Plaza and the mall at Marathon. What are you waiting for? Come on down to CTI Cellular and Electronics today.
Financial dreams only become a reality when we make the commitment to ourselves and our financial future. Let Leno help you bridge your dream into a reality. Leno Corporate Services offer individual retirement plans, pension administration, investment management, brokerage and trading, accounting, payroll, and corporate services.
Leno, bridging possibilities. Contact us at 396-3225.
With prices so good you can't take them lightly, feel free to shop at Super Value and Quality Supermarket both daily and nightly. First choice sugar 4-pound bag $1.99. Panamie cooked shrimp 41.50 1-pound size $8.99. Par Excellence Par Bar rice 5-pound bag $2.99. Vitamin Tonic case price $23.76. 12-ounce bottle 99 cents. Sweet strawberries 1 pound 2 for $5. Carolina Pride hams 10-ounce size $2.99. Every day is special at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Free, reliable, anytime, anywhere, and instant. That's the benefits of using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Pay bills, check account balances, transfer funds, and more. Enjoy the freedom of banking on your own terms. Why wait in line? Save time. Do your banking using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean to find out more. RBC Royal Bank. It's all about you.
The Home Gallery, formerly the Sleep Gallery. We're still the home of Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, Serta Perfect Sleeper Mattress, and so much more. We now carry an exquisite selection of fine linens, comforter, duvets, bath towels, rugs, and a wide assortment of home accessories. Everything you need to beautify your bed, bath, and home. You have to see it to believe it. The Home Gallery, open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Cable Beach Shopping Plaza, Westridge.
Also now open at Harbor Bay.
And it's time now for a check on temperatures around our family islands. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us live in studio with the latest. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, LaDawn. In our second look at weather, we're going to take a look at temperatures around the family of islands, and they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 75 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, also Green Toll Key in Abaco, Marsh Harbor, Abaco at 76 degrees. In the Berry Islands, 77, 76 in Alistown, Bimini. Here in the capital, 78 degrees. Harbor Island, 76, 76. Also in Roxanne, Eleuthera, Daniel Key in the Exuma Chain, Kemps Bay, St. Andrews, and Fresh Creek in Central Andros. In Alistown, Cat Island, another 76, and that also extends into San Salvador and Rum Key, Georgetown, Exuma at 77 degrees. Clarencetown, Long Island, Ragged Island, Crooked Island, 78. Acklands at 76 degrees, Betsy Bay, Maguana 76, Matthewtown, Inagua 77, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 76 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Center. In the northwestern islands, your winds are going to flow out of the southeast at 10 to 15 knots. Wave heights around 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. Tide-wise, going to be low later on tonight at 10:50 in the central and southeastern islands. Caution flags up. Winds out of the east at 15 to 20 knots. The wave height 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. And tomorrow in the northwest and central islands, your winds become more easterly at 10 to 15 knots. Wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Low tide 11:44 in the morning. High tide at 5:39 in the afternoon. For the southeastern islands tomorrow, winds easterly 12 to 18 knots, so they're coming down just a tad. Wave heights reducing 3 to 6 feet over the ocean, but we continue to hold that caution flag for your boaters in the southeast Bahamas. And then taking you into well, if we can get this straight for you, on Wednesday, for all areas, your winds are going to fall off, light and variable, very flat sea conditions, 1 to 3 feet over the ocean, very good boating conditions, high tide 6:11 in the morning, high tide will take place in the afternoon at 12:37. And that's going to do it for your boating forecast. It is time now for your travel forecast, and your travel forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Early morning on the run, grab my bike, jump in my car, head for Western Air. And this crowd fest over there, they say it's bigger and better, sweeter and harder, lively and merrier, celebrating, having fun. Oh my Andros, here I come. Oh yeah. See how to welcome you, take care for you, make you feel at home. Lovely people from all over, come down for the culture.
And that's going to do it for your travel forecast, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast coming up in about 15 minutes.
Welcome to Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Polycystic ovary syndrome, or PCOS, is a condition that occurs when an imbalance of hormone levels in a woman's body causes cysts to form in the ovaries. The cysts are like tiny fluid-filled balloons. PCOS can cause changes in a woman's menstrual cycle, fertility, hormone levels, heart and blood vessels, and appearance. Women can develop PCOS during their teenage or childbearing years. Usually women who have PCOS have irregular, infrequent, or no menstrual periods. They may also have trouble getting pregnant. Some women who have PCOS do not experience any symptoms. Other signs and symptoms of PCOS may include acne, overweight and obesity, excess hair growth on the face, nipple area, chest, lower abdomen, and thighs, thinning hair or bald spots, dark patches of skin, anxiety or depression, and pelvic pain. Women who have PCOS are also more likely to have type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol and triglycerides. Together with obesity, these conditions are known as metabolic syndrome. If you or someone you know suspects symptoms of PCOS, see a doctor as soon as possible and get advice about diagnosis and treatment. This has been Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Live your best life by living well.
I worked hard to do well in high school.
Now that I am graduating,
Everyone is asking, what am I going to do next?
what am I going to do this summer?
You can go on a vacation.
You can go partying.
I'm going to the College of the Bahamas Summer Bridging Program.
The summer bridging program,
An intensive 6 weeks program.
designed to allow high school graduates to acquire skills in the areas of mathematics,
English language,
history, and biology.
There is even a reading component aimed to enhance reading competence.
You don't need PGCSE results to sit the entrance exam on June 6th.
Available for 16 to 24-year-olds residing in New Providence, Grand Bahama, and throughout the Family Islands.
Are you motivated to attend college?
The best part for me, though,
The best part for me? The best part for me?
the best part is successful completion of the Summer Bridging Program guarantees direct entry into the College of the Bahamas.
Get your college career fast-tracked this summer. Call now, 325-5714.
AID features Napa Auto Parts which meet or exceed OE specifications. Parts for Asian vehicles are available at great prices. Filters from $2, brakes from $22, tie rod ends from $21, head gaskets from $10, and fuel pumps from $32. AID is also your destination for the best selection of automotive accessories. Hubcap sets from $22.45, steering wheel covers from $4.50, car mat sets from $8.45, and seat covers from $34.44. Wipers, wash and wax products, motor oils, and automotive chemicals for every vehicle. Angle grinders from $44.53, pressure washers from $162. For the month of February, all Napa starters and alternators are 15% off at all AID locations. AID is now open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. AID, Blue Hill Road and Wolf Road have all you really need and more.
Battery and Tire Specialists, now even bigger and better. We carry the largest selection of quality name brand tires, batteries, and lubricants for automotive, marine, and heavy-duty equipment. With long-lasting batteries like Duracell, AC Delco, Premium Power, and Decker. We also retail and wholesale large selection of Valvoline motor oils. Come on in and visit Battery and Tire Specialists and the new 5-Bay Wheel Alignment Center at the junction of 7 Terrace and East Avenue, Centerville. Or call us at 242-328-0486. Battery and Tire Specialists. We keep you moving.
Whether you want to get going in a new car, to relax at home while you pay bills on your mobile banking app, to get the best rewards with your credit card, or to get a sure start on your little one's future. Whether you want a quick response on your loan, or just a range of services that keep your business running smoothly, you want banking that fits your life. CIBC First Caribbean, banking that fits your life.
This is the start of a new day. I'm alive. Alive is igniting the mobile communications market in the Bahamas. The calls are clear. The speeds are fast. It's nothing better. This is Daryl Miller Live, and I'm alive. I believe in that.
Ever wondered what smart health insurance feels like?
Atlantic Medical's 24/7 worldwide health insurance does most of the thinking for you.
1,500 CGI health claims are settled daily.
56% of claims settled automatically.
You can access your health plan almost anywhere, anytime.
And have smart wellness with online data tracking.
And more provider choices for you and the people who matter most.
Premier Health is smart health insurance, and it feels good.
Atlantic Medical, where people come first.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Welcome to Sports Monday. The two teams that will step on the court to play in tonight's Hugh Campbell Basketball Championship have not lost a game since the tournament tipped off on Monday past. Tabernacle Baptist Falcons is the defending champions and had to put away a rustling C.I. Gibson Rattlers side to be back in the big dance. The Falcons will play Mario Bowleg and the C.C. Sweden Cobras, a team that loves to apply the pressure from the first inbound pass. Even though the two are evenly matched, both coaches know it will take a team effort to hoist the floating trophy at the end of the night.
You know, we just took it one game at a time, and I think we're the best team in the country. We're willing to play anyone, anywhere.
Well, I give them a goal to do something none of the CC teams have ever done, and that's when GSSA, the Hugh Campbell, all in 1 year. So they took the challenge, and we're going to see if we can complete it.
Hey, we got guards, man. We deep. We got guards, and not only them to press, you know, it goes both ways. I hope they can take our pressure also.
The trophy will be heading back to Freeport come Tuesday.
Hey, listen to me. We're going to watch the game, we're going to play the game, and we play the game to win. So, of course, we want to take it back, and we're going to do everything to defend our championship.
The championship game will be played at 9 p.m. at the Kendall G. Lysick Gymnasium. The National Gym was also the venue for the FIBA home and away qualifiers for the World Cup Games. The Bahamas played Canada, the number 26 ranked team in the world, on Sunday. Canada would have their way with the home side, beating them 113-67. The loss dropped the Bahamas to 0-4 and basically out of contention of moving on to the next round of the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Dominican Republic sits atop of the pool at 4-0. Canada 3-1, and the U.S. Virgin Islands is 1-3. Bahamas closes out the qualifiers against the Dominican Republic on Friday, June 29th, and the U.S. Virgin Islands July 2nd. The U.S. Virgin Islands and the Dominican Republic played the first game on Sunday. The Dominican Republic beat the U.S. Virgin Islands 113-85. The North Long Island Jamboree wrapped up on the weekend. Our Julian Gibson was courtside and filed this report.
Long Island High School Basketball Championship had San Salvador playing in 2 championship games. Their intermediate boys lost to South Long Island. The final score 29-24.
Our defense was on par today and tonight, and I think that we did a good job executing with our offense and so forth. We played the best of our abilities, but I feel that we didn't start out the best, but we came and we cleaned up what we had to do in the end.
With all due respect to the other team, they played well, they executed, they got us, they found our weak points, but we was able to pull through in the end.
Well, I was just here to help motivate them and make sure I call the timeouts at the right time, and they helped guide me through it too. I remember a little strategy from back in the day when I used to play, and coached some, but hey, this is a good bunch of guys. They came out here and played their hearts out and through ups and downs, and hey, I say give them a hand.
On the Senior Boys Championship game, this one was all Coach Espron and San Salvador. They blasted Ellen Coakley Senior Boys 41-9.
I knew for sure we had a better chance of repeating as champions back here this year. We put a lot of work in it, and the guys was really serious on trying to get there. I told you from the beginning, man, I knew God has just been good to us. I knew we have almost with 3 in the championship, got 2 in the championship, lose a good one for the intermediate boys, but I know we can get it one with the senior boys.
Junior Boys Championship trophy is headed back to the capital. D.W. Davis Junior Boys outlasted T.A. Thompson 44-32.
We rotate on defense, make our layups, make our free throw, listen to the coach. That's how we get the win.
It was a good game, though. It was a good game. Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I am Julian Gibson.
Thanks so much, Julian. 3 straight match wins without losing a set. That's how the National Fest concluded their postseason in the New Providence Volleyball Association. The championship title was just an extra point the Intruders served up so they can have bragging rights over the Defenders Men's Volleyball Club.
We did that in style, in history. You know, it has never happened before where you give a team 9-0, you know, in 3 games. So, you know, that for us is a big deal, and that's 3-3, you know, so our next goal, I was telling one of my teammates, is to go for 5.
How does the championship feel for you guys?
Feels good this year, you know. Coming out of the preliminary games with Warhawks, you know, we fought, you know. So we knew coming into the championship would have been an easier game. So, you know, we're happy.
Yeah, that was the game plan to close it out. Like Dylan just said, we was going for the 3-0. They didn't win a set this season, which is a good thing for us. It was a good game plan, and we stuck through with it.
How good are you guys? You've been at it every year. This team must be battle tested.
It's just being consistent, sticking to the game plan, passing the ball, getting the side outs when needed. We just played our ball, the type of game we need to play to win, and we did just that.
How does the championship feel for you, or are you used to this feeling?
I mean, the St. Mary's was more competitive. The championship game was more chill and easier. So I felt like we played the championship game the week before.
The Scottdale Vixens have stopped counting when it comes to the championship titles won in the New Providence Volleyball Association. This year they had a new opponent in the best-of-5 series, the Lady Defenders. And just like past title matches, the Vixens came pounding. They too would sweep their series. We're 3 days away from the start of the IAAF World Indoor Track and Field Championships. The meet will be held in Birmingham, Great Britain, March 1st through the 4th. The Bahamas is expected to have a strong contingent at the meet. Qualifying for the NCAA Indoor Championships was Kamisha Cox and Kiana Albury. Both ran in the final of the 60-meter dash at the Big Ten Championships over the weekend. Kamisha running out of lane 6 and Albury in lane 7. Cox won the event in 7.36 seconds and Albury turned in 7.50 seconds. The NCAA Indoor Championships will run March 9th through the 10th at College Station in Texas. The countdown is on for the hosting of the 47th Annual Carifta Track and Field Championships. The regional junior meet is set for 30th of March to 2nd April at the National Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. The Carifta Swimming Championships will be held in Jamaica. It will get started March 15th. The Bahamas flag football season got started on Sunday with a couple of preseason games. The league will play 2 preseason games. Regular season will start on March 11th. Play is held at the Winton Rugby pitch. Tumbling their way onto the medal podium at the Wolverine Classic were some of the country's top junior gymnasts. Soraya Halkida scored 9.125 on the vault and 8.40 on the bars. Anaya Rold was 2nd overall and Rihanna Smith 4th overall. Taylor Robinson won 1st place in the all-around on level 3. Condolences continue to pour in for the late Sir Dewart Knowles. He passed away on Saturday. He was 100.
We celebrate our Seawolf. We celebrate his life. We celebrate his success. We celebrate the fact that he was the oldest Olympian. We celebrate the first Olympic medal of any kind to reach the Bahamas, to reach our shores, the philanthropist, the One Bahamas Uniter. He was truly an exceptional man. And so I wish condolences, to express my condolences to his family and to his children. And while there will be those that mourn, I choose, along with the Olympic movement worldwide, to celebrate his life. He was truly a blessing to all of us, a blessing to the Bahamas, a blessing to sports, a blessing to his family, a blessing to his business associates. Sir Dewart Knowles, may you rest in peace, Seawolf, the national hero, but more importantly, the Bahamian.
That's all the time we have for sports. I'm Kelsey Johnson.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Looking to upgrade your refrigerator stove or purchase an affordable home generator? We've got the perfect solution for you. Bahamas Welding and Fire is the best choice for the lowest prices in town. We carry top-of-the-line outdoor barbecue grills, air conditioners, refrigerators, stoves, generators, industrial hardware, and garden supplies with a wide assortment of tools and accessories. Open Monday through Saturday. Telephone 394-0004. BWF, we're more than just our name.
Move forward, Bahamas, and build high into the sky. Move upward and colorize those new walls. Move onward and build a garden to last a lifetime. Move together and settle into that new home. There's a lot of places you can do it for yourself, but there's one place to do it right. Builders Mall. We know exactly what motto you live by, and even the pros know building is just a part of what we do. So move forward, Bahamas. And remember, you can find it all at Builders Mall.
That's good food and drinks. My mood makes you think that this life's made for a king. The room starts to shake, so smooth if you blink, you might just miss the whole thing. It's just a different way to move in the
Domino's242.com. Order online for parties, birthdays, celebrations, and even cheesy weddings.
This is the start of a new day. I'm alive. Alive is igniting the mobile communications market in the Bahamas. The calls are clear. The speeds are fast. It's nothing better. This is Daryl Miller Live, and I'm alive. I believe in best.
So after a 6-year drought, it looks like the Hugh Campbell Basketball Championship trophy will be headed back to the basketball capital of the Bahamas, Grand Bahamas. Congratulations to both teams. Kevin Johnson was going after number 6, but it is now 7 for the Falcons, the most in Hugh Campbell history. As the Falcons celebrate at center court, they are the champion.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, that area of high pressure beginning to collapse across the Bahamas, and that means some lighter winds later in the week. But there's a cold front on the way. You can see that prefrontal trough approaching central Florida, and that will make its way near the extreme northwest Bahamas, followed by the cold front, which is now over the southern United States. That will go through sometime on Friday night, and by Saturday you will start to feel some cooler temperatures heading right through the weekend. So you'll have another chance to take out those warm clothes, and those cool conditions are expected to last right into the middle part of next week. Tonight, patchy clouds still on the mild side. Your low temperature getting down to a very cool 67 degrees. And tomorrow, you can look for lots of sunshine. High temperature about 84 degrees. Extended weather forecast over the next 7 days. Beautiful weather right through, despite that frontal system going through on Friday night. You can probably get 1 or 2 showers during the nighttime, but things will dry out heading into Saturday with temperatures getting into the mid-60s during the nighttime. And those daytime temperatures haven't seen the mid-70s for quite some time, but it looks as though we're going to see some over the weekend.
Some good weather, Basil. Thank you so much. And coming up immediately following this newscast is Ordinary People, followed by the Hugh Campbell Championship game at 9. And with that, we end the Bahamas Tonight, the national report. For all of us here at ZNS, I'm LaDawn Davis. Make it a great evening, everyone.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Her family is reaching young people through music.
If I could do this for my day job, I would prefer that because I'm